This is KUCR, NAMM 2019. We're here at the preview day, the press preview day, speaking to
Jeff.
With Boss. Okay, and Boss is owned by Roland, and Boss is a really legendary name for guitar players. I own a number of Boss pedals, and I'm mostly a keyboard player, but have a guitar rig as well. What is the product you're showing here today?
So we have two products. We've got the Blues Cube Tone Capsule, the Sparkle Clean. That's by Jeff Skunk Baxter of Steely Dan fame, and many sessions over the years. It's just designed to be a beautiful, sparkly clean. The name really says it all. For people who are doing jazz or funk, like more clean types of music, you've got great headroom, and it's just a gorgeous sound. There's also a crunch sound. When you kick over to that, you get a nice little kind of breakup, like a low wattage Fender, kind of cranked up loud. So it's just a beautiful tone. It's something we work very closely with him on. His ears had to approve the whole project. So we're really proud of it. That's one of the products.
Did you know that Skunk Baxter was a designer of note in terms of other fields as well? He also designed for the Defense Department.
Yes, I have heard that, but he will not tell us anything because then he would have to kind of make us go away.
That's right. Yeah, I can't tell you because he'd have to kill you. So that's good to know. So the Roland and Boss are very, as I said, very well known in terms of guitar products. The Roland Jazz Chorus is a famous amplifier. How is it different from this?
It's just based on a different kind of sound.
It's got a great clean sound, is the point I make.
Based off a KT66, which is one of the first tubes that Marshall used in the early days when they were kind of going for a little bit of a Fender sound. Everyone wanted that sound of like the 59 Bassman. So that's the tone that we're basing it off of, amplifiers with that type of tube. But a very clean sound, like good high headroom, so you really can crank it up and still stay crystal clean.
Can we get a little more specific about the components inside the amp? Is it what size a speaker? 2 speakers?
Oh, sure. So the Blues Cube series, this series has been out for a couple years now. It features our Tube Logic technology, so it's a hybrid approach. You've got a discrete solid-state preamp. There is a digital part in the middle where it's imparting basically the tone of a 59 Bassman. That's the personality. But then there's a Class AB power section, which is typically only found in tube amps, not a solid-state unit. All that in conjunction with the interaction of the impedance with the speaker, you get a very tube-like sound. You can make it overdrive, like break up like a tube amp. There's even a power control to take it down to half a watt. It's got a 12-inch speaker. And it's a high-quality cabinet, too. It's actually made of poplar, which is considered tone wood. It's not like pressboard or MDF or anything like that. So it's a really nice alternative to someone who maybe they want to leave their super high-end, expensive tube amp at home. They just want to gig with something that they're not going to worry. It's going to be reliable night after night. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things. It's the classic differences between solid-state and tube, but you don't really have to have the trade-off. You still get a great, gorgeous tone full of harmonics.
Okay, so exactly, so I understand clearly, what role did Jeff Skunk Baxter play in this product?
He was very involved from start to finish. Our engineers worked very closely with him to that it was up to his specs.
Voicing, the
Yes.
tonality?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and so how much is this product and when will it be available?
So the Blues Cube Tones Capsule Sparkle Clean is $149.99, and we're expecting February. Yep.
That's a really good price.
It is. It's actually one of our more affordable ones so far. So they've been averaging about $299 to $399. We have 4 other models. This is the 5th one in the series, so it's definitely affordable.
So does the Roland Corporation, the Boss Company, guarantee that you will play with all the skill of Skunk Baxter if you buy this product?
That's a tough call. Lots of practice, perhaps, yes.
And that's how you get to Carnegie Hall also.
Exactly.
So you have another product here.
So this is the Waza Amp Expander. This is a prototype at the moment. We are expecting it to be shipping in May. And it's an amazing expansion command center, if you will, of your tube amp. So, or for any tube amp owner, for large or small. So first of all, you've got a attenuator that's got a variable reactive load in it. So it's not just a one-size-fits-all, okay, just turn my level down, but my power, everything else is the same. You can actually tune this so that your amp is still seeing the cabinet. Every cabinet, 412, 112, 212, they all have different responses. A tube, it's going to, people don't realize that, but the cabinet can make a big difference in the way a tube responds, you know what I mean? So we allow you to dial that in via the presence and the resonance knob. So you're kind of dealing with both the high end and the low end, tailoring it to that specific type of amp. Where there's even a handy-dandy little, I'll try not to drop my laptop, handy-dandy little graph there you can see with different types of amps. Depending on what you're using, you can dial it in. They made it real easy for you. So we've got a variable reactive load attenuator. We've got an active power amp, 100 watts. And what's kind of really cool about this is you can use this without a cab, just go in front of house, but be able to crank up your amp to a level that would normally blow your face off, but have it be whatever level you need it to be, both for you, for headphones, for the front of house. So it's very flexible. There is built-in effects. You have amp control, you have reverb, delay, and compression as far as the effects go. It's got an IR loader, so you can do any number of other cabinets that you want to check out, how they sound. 10 different rigs that you can save, including your impedance controls, your effects, the EQs, of which there's 4. This is the application that you can control it with and save your settings and back up your presets. You can have a library of different presets.
Okay, so is this also usable in a studio? That you couldn't do this direct into a board?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. It's got cabinet modeling built in.
Oh, it does. Okay, I didn't realize.
Totally. Yeah, I believe there's 12 sims on that. It may change. So, but that's what I understand at the moment. So, and you guys are welcome to look at the I/O in the back as well. But yeah, you can absolutely use it in the studio, live, however you wish to. It's very flexible, and we've got them set up in our booth. You should definitely check out the Boss booth because we have a room with different studio configurations as well. So. But yeah, it's just an amazing product. I've been my current amp is a 30 watt. I've had it about 10 years, and I've never heard it sound the way I was able to get it to sound like this. I mean, I had it up to like 9, which would be, mind-numbingly loud. And it's like you discover a whole new personality to your amp that you never were able to access before.
It's really evil that you say that, because this now is another piece of gear that I have to buy in order to experiment with it and get sounds that I've never heard before. Now, Waza Craft, is that a new line of Boss, or what that intrigues me?
Just real quick, Waza is a concept in Japanese that means art and precision. So in other words, there's so much precision and craftsmanship applied that it almost approaches a work of art. Okay, it's like an idea, a principle, and that we've followed. And with the first products were the pedals, our Waza Craft series, where we have 8 so far and counting. And some of those are reissues, some of them are current models that they made a Waza version. But basically, it's like our modded version, our boutique modded version. So the approach is where there's no expense spared. Every component is looked at. How can we improve this over the original design, right? But then we add a custom mode where, how it's popular for people to go get their stuff modded by Keeley and others. Well, this is our mod in-house.
So do you have classic Boss pedals with a Waza Craft version of them?
That's right. Some are reissued, some that have been long discontinued, including the Dimension C, which just came out in October, right? But Waza in general is kind of like our high-end products. We have a full stack amplifier that's 150 watts, 4 channels, meant to be touring around the world. It's built that tough, and this is basically the next kind of under the Waza name product that we're looking to release soon.
Again, this is evil because I have a bunch of Boss pedals, but they're not Waza, so I've got to get the Waza ones.
You should. You know what? You'll be able to listen to them over there if you want to, check them out. But they sound great. They sound great. And this thing, it's amazing. Like I have our Katana Artist, which I love. I've been kind of using that a lot. But this made me not only want to use my tube amp, but buy other ones. Because now you can access all of their glorious sound on a headphone if you want. It's amazing.
So it has a headphone output.
Yes. Yep, and you have a separate control right here. So literally, I want to turn off the headphones, turn on the speaker. There you go.
So you're holding a guitar in your hand. Did you want to play for us?
Well, I don't have it connected to this. I can play some stuff on the Sparkle Clean if you want.
Okay, sure.
clean sounding tone capsule for people that are really, you know, they're not looking for amazing sound amounts of gain and bone crushing metal type riffs. They just want a really beautiful, pretty sound that's going to show off their instrument, their amp. You know what I mean? So it's a great new product, and we're looking forward to many more.
What was your name again?
My name is Jeff from Boss.
Jeff, I don't do many interviews that I would describe as a Waza interview, but yours was.
What's that?
Yours was a Waza craft interview.
Yes, thank you very much.
Very welcome. Thank you. NAMM 2019, KUCR.